Guys, welcome back with a brand new video. Today we're gonna have a look at one of the latest AirPods 3 clones in the market. Now this version right here is going to be one of the premium model out there with real spatial audio feature. Now I'll be testing this out and see how good it's going to perform and see how it is going to be compared to the real deal. Now like always, I'll drop a link down in the description where you guys can check these out. These are gonna cost approximately $44 at this time. There's currently no discount codes, no coupons, but if there is, I'll definitely link it down below in the description where you guys can check these out. So these cost approximately 44 bucks. It is from Danny, one of the sellers that I reviewed from the previous AirPods Pro clones, the Tiger Builder version 4.5. He also sells the AirPods 3s with the spatial audio feature. Now when it comes to the specification of this model right here, it is going to have Bluetooth 5.2, name change, remapping, GPS positioning. It will have the same size and dimension as the real AirPods 3s. When it comes to the battery life of this model, it should last approximately 5 to 6 hours per charge. It does have a button battery design very similar to the AirPods 2's V3M and also to the newest AirPods Pro clones on the market. Other than that, it's gonna have air detections, pressure controls like the AirPods 3s and AirPods Pros. As for the case itself, I'm not sure if it does have MagSafe compatibility or not. We'll be checking this out. Shipping times takes approximately 2 to 4 weeks to arrive. Really depends on your locations, on any delays. When the package arrives, you're gonna have this double box which will cover the Apple logos from getting your product confiscated through customs, and it's going to be wrapped in the plastics. If you do open up the box, you are going to see the actual packaging right here. First of all, we do have the AirPods 3s on top of the box, and then on the side we are going to have all the stickers with the serial number. And here, as you can see, it does say AirPods 3rd generation, the Apple logo, the AirPods with the MagSafe charging case. On the bottom of the box, we are going to have the actual AirPods 3 case and all the writings right here. And as you can see right here, we do have the same exact tool pull tabs, very similar to the original ones. So let's check these out. These are the Danny AirPods 3 SuperCopy. These are probably the version 1.1 with real spatial audio feature. Let's unwrap the box. Let's go with the first pull tab. And here's the second pull tab. Definitely a little bit not as smooth as the original ones, but it is pretty close. So let's check these out. Let's open the box. The first thing you'll see whenever you open the box is going to be the packet that says designed by California. Inside the top of the lid of the box, we are going to have this little code bar. The quality of the packaging is pretty good, pretty decent, but the one sold to you may be different than mine depending on what the seller has in stock. Here is the little packet. Inside right here, we are going to have the 4 different manuals. First of all, we do have the Apple's 1-year warranty, then the regulatory compliance, the safety and handling, and finally it's going to be the user manual, which will say AirPods. Inside right here, we are going to have this user guide, which is going to be similar to the AirPods 3s. As you can see, they really tried to replicate it. Other than that, in the box, you are going to see the AirPods 3 SuperCopy version 1.1 wrapped in a plastic. Inside right here, we do have this little tray. It is made of plastic rather than paper. Finally, in the box, we are going to have a charging cable, which will be USB-C to USB-C. So overall, the quality of this packaging is pretty good, but obviously it's not going to be as good or better than the original AirPods 3s from Apple. Here are the Danny version 1.1, the AirPods 3 SuperCopy with the BES chipset. So let's unwrap them and see how good it's going to look and feel in the hands. So here's a close look of the AirPods 3s from Danny, and first of all, we can see right away that it does have that transparent gray LED diffuser, very similar to the real deal. We also have this little gap right here between the lid and the case. In the back right here, we do have the metal hinge and engravings that says designed by California, assembled in China. And then finally, we are going to have the pairing button with the green LED right here. If we do open up the lid, we can see that we have the engravings on top, very similar to the real deal. On the lid itself, very similar to the Tiger Builder version 4.5, we do have this little gap between the plastic and the lid, which will give you this little gap between the lid. The quality of the snap does feel really good. It has really strong magnets, and of course it does have the reverse magnetic hinge. You'll have to use some force to close the lid. And as you can see right here, we do have the same cutout of the metal hinge on both sides. It is basically 1-to-1 identical to the real deal. One of the only difference that I can tell right now is probably the color of the metal hinge. It is not perfect like the AirPods Pros, but it is pretty close. It is indeed a real metal hinge and not a plastic hinge, so the quality is really good. So here's a close look of the engravings on top of the lid. The serial number on the lid should technically match the one on the box, but also on the ones below the AirPods and in the Bluetooth settings. And here's a close-up look of the earbuds themselves. They do have the exact same design, with the chrome ring, the white plastic, the same charging mechanism, the left and the right indicator. We do have the engravings on the bottom of both AirPods. The speaker and sensor right here has the same design, and we do have the metal mesh right here. As the speakers on the side, it does have a very similar design like the real deal. Overall, someone who doesn't own the AirPods 3s won't be able to tell that these are clones because they do have the same exact design, size, and dimension. And here's gonna be inside the case. We do have the charging pins in there. Once again, very similar to the AirPods 3s and AirPods Pros. To connect to your phone is really simple. All you have to do is make sure that the Bluetooth connection is turned on. This is going to work on most iPhones, iPads, and iPod Touches running on the latest version of iOS 15. And of course, this is also going to work on Android device. Now, one thing to mention is that if you do own an Android device, spatial audio is mostly not going to work. It is specifically designed for Apple device users, but it is going to be fine if you plan to use these like any other regular earbuds. So to connect to your phone is really simple. All you have to do is simply open up the lid. Right away, we do have the pop-up animation that says not your AirPods. What you're gonna do is simply tap on connect, and then you are going to hold the pairing button in the back until it says connecting. And there you go. We do have the connection pop up. As you can see, the same pop-up animation like the original AirPods 3s. You can tap on skip. You can use Hey Siri if you want or not. I'm not sure if it works or not, but I think it does. You can tap on that now. And here we do have the real battery percentage of the AirPods and also of the case. You can tap on done. Of course, right here we're going to have the battery percentage of the earbuds and also of the case. We also have the AirPods 3's logo and not the AirPods Pros, as you can tell right there. You can also share audio with an AirPods 2s, AirPods Pros, or another pair of AirPods 3s. If you do go to the Bluetooth settings, you'll be able to click on the eye information for your AirPods. We got the names right here that you can change to whatever you want. You can also see that we do have the ear detections. You can turn it off if you would like to. We have the spatial audio effect, which you have to place the AirPods in your ears to be able to use it. The microphone sections, just like any other AirPods. We do have the optimization battery charging mode right here. I'm not sure if it does actually work or not. And finally, we do have the about page right here with the AirPods, the model number, the serial number of the earbuds, but also of the case, and also the version right there. If you go to general and about, you'll also have the informations of the AirPods right there. If you do go into the Find My app, you'll be able to locate the AirPods just like the original ones. For those who are wondering if live listen does work, I'm going to show to you guys right now that it does actually work. So we do have the icon right here. Simply tap on there, then turn it on. And then as you can see, it does record my voice. It does actually work perfectly fine. So it does work just like the original ones. All the features, well, most features does work like the real deal. But just to show you guys that live listen does work for those who like to use this feature. The weight of the case does actually feel really good. And also the magnet, very similar to the real deal. As for the weight of the earbuds, they do feel maybe slightly lighter than the original ones, but the quality is going to be very close. So right now I'm going to test out the sound quality. I'm going to put these in my ears. I do have the same air detection sound. So right now I'm going to test out the sound quality and see how good it's going to be. So yeah, the sound quality of these AirPods 3 SuperCopies version 1.1 from Danny do sound really good. They have a lot of clearness in the audio, got some bass, definitely not the earbuds with the most bass out there. When it comes to the bass, I don't think they have as much bass as the original ones, but they still sound really good. They have some bass right there and a lot of clarity in the vocals, in the audio and instruments. Overall, I would say that these do have really great sound quality. And I've got to say that the audio gets pretty loud, so you don't need to go to the max volume. I think 50% is going to be in the sweet spot. But if you're outside in the traffic, at the gym, or maybe in the subway, then maybe you could go up to 70%. This is the microphone test of the Danny version 1.1, the AirPods 3's SuperCopy with the BES chipset. Now this model does have, like I said, real spatial audio feature, and the audio they're listening right now is the raw audio coming straight through the microphone itself, and this is basically how it's going to sound whenever you're making a phone call with someone. And as you can tell right away, it does have a really clear and loud audio, and is definitely very usable compared to other AirPods Pro models out there, so I'm pretty impressed. So right now I'm going to test out the ear detection. I'm going to remove the right side, and as you can see, the music does stop. I'm going to put it back in my ear. You can see that the music is going to play, and of course I do have that ear detection sound. Now if I remove the left side, it pauses, put it back in my left ear, the music is going to continue playing. We're going to be testing the pressure controls right now. If I do press once, you can see that the music does pause. Press once again, the music does continue. If I press twice, it's going to skip to the next song. 3 times, it restarts the music. Or you can go back to the previous song. So air detections, pressure controls does work perfectly fine like the original ones. Pretty much no difference at all. But right now I'm going to be testing the spatial audio and see if it does actually work or not. So right now I got music playing. Let's pull that to control center. Hold right here. We got the exact same menu. And if I do tap on the fixed function, the audio does change. It is more cinematic audio, but if I do turn my head to the left and the right side, there's no head tracking, but there is spatial audio. And if I do tap on head tracked, the audio does change again. And if I do turn my head to the left, to the right side, the audio does actually follow my phone. So it does actually work. I would say the audio is not as good, but the head tracking does work perfectly fine like the original ones. There is a slight delay, less than 0.5 seconds delay, but it does work really well. So yeah, spatial audio on this version does work perfectly fine. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as the real deal, but it is going to be pretty good. So once again, I'll drop a link down in the description where you guys can check these out. These are the Danny version 1.1 with real spatial audio features. Sound quality do sound really good. I love the clarity, and if you do turn on the spatial audio cinematic effect just on the fixed version without the head tracking, it does sound better. Definitely recommend it if you guys want the AirPods 3s with great battery life, up to 5-6 hours per charge, and also with functioning spatial audio. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy watching. If you got any questions, make sure to comment that below and I'll respond to them. Other than that, make sure to give a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I got much more videos coming soon to your way, and of course the real versus fake. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.